Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, after Wetangula declaring that the Kenya Kwanza coalition is the majority in the National Assembly, following the ruling from the High Court indicating that Azimio is the majority, the Azimio team decided to walk out of the parliament after they were led by their leader, that is Junet Mohammed, the minority leader. And this was in protest to the decision by Moses Masika Wetangula.
Let's go. Tokani twende bwana, twende. Wakutana vile asubuhi mapema. Twende bwana. Twende baba toshi bwana.
Amanda, pigia kokondo.
Hapa tufanyie. Haya leader hapo. Majority leader.
Majority kwa majira hapa. Wewe kuja.
Now, after the walkout, the next thing was a press conference. And the person who is leading this troop is Junet Mohammed, that is their leader. And it's very clear that it's going to be messy, noisy, and there's going to be casualties. And he was using, of course, the same terms that Wetangula used when he was being removed as the leader of minority in the Senate. Now, there is also another discussion that Junet Mohammed brought out, and I wanted to listen to him very careful. Then we are going to go deeper into this, because there is just one question: is Azimio going back to the street, or indeed they are here to stay?
But let me tell you something. It is going to be messy. It is going to be noisy. And it is going to have casualties. It is going to have casualties, I can promise you.
The first casualty.
Yeah, and we can see it is getting smelly. Already. From the way Parliament is being handled, it is getting smelly.
Mwangu can see
We don't feel any broad-based arrangement in Parliament.
No.
There is nothing. Broad-based is in the executive only. Parliament has no broad-based mechanism. We are not there. So, with the permission of my fellow colleagues, I have told you, going forward, it's not going to be business as usual.
Correct.
And we have withdrawn our members from the House Business Committee.
Yes.
I am sure they have just said, as many of that opinion we will whip them if they put them there. Yes. They will have their own House Business Committee, their own.
Yes.
Which will also challenge in court, in public, in private, everywhere.
Now, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party is in a working arrangement with the Kenya Kwanza coalition in what they refer to as broad-based government or governance. Now, with this arrangement, then what we are being subjected to by the decision by ODM party to walk out of the National Assembly, the question is, what next? Which direction is ODM going to? Is this now the end of this broad-based arrangement, or these people are going to work together? That is the big question on this Punchline, and I want us to look deeper into that by just a quick request. For those who are watching this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, if you listen very carefully, I think you heard the Sabaot Member of Parliament, Caleb Amisi, indicating or threatening that tomorrow, early morning, they will be heading to Omunyoro village, asubuhi na mapema. Now, that's a threat that there is how they are planning to go into a coalition with Rigathi Gachagua. This now should tell you that Gachagua forces is not something that you can wish away by the fact that ODM can recognize that people are walking to Omunyoro. And even ODM is bigger than Gachagua, but they are threatening to walk to Omunyoro. Now look at that. For me, I thought that it is small rivers that join big rivers. Lakini sasa hapa, it is an indicator. But again, there is a threat that we can, they're trying to tell the executive that, okay, now, if this is what we're going to treat us to, then we can as well make friendship with a person who is now becoming a thorn in the flesh for you in your political leadership, Rigathi Gachagua. Now, what I'm discovering from all this conversation, this is not our war. This is politicians' war, and soon they will be seeking for your support, but not to solve your problem, but to settle their political interest. And for you to understand this, you must listen to Junet Mohammed again. In his press conference, there is something he said, that we don't feel broad-based in Parliament. It is only felt in the executive. For Parliament, in aspect they are being told they are in a broad-based government, they don't feel it. Only executive. That's why I told you this is not our war. We have nothing to benefit here. Hii ni vita ya hawa watu kugawana mamlaka, viti na uongozi. The fight here is about positions, powers, and privilege that comes with it. ODM is fighting so that they will settle at something that will bring more, that will bring more privileges in terms of controlling resources in the National Assembly. For example, when it comes to chairing committees, they need to have some chairs. Remember, during the handshake, we saw even Gladys Wanga chairing a committee that deals with the budget. I think that is what ODM is trying to look for here, and other privileges, because indeed, the fact is that Azimio was the majority. So they don't just want to keep quiet and allow these guys to continue oppressing them. They are looking for something. That hii kiti ya majority ilikuwa yetu. Kama mnachukua kwa njia hii, what are you giving us? This is what this protest mean. Even if they will come to the street as they threatened to do so, they are not coming to the street to solve our problem. They are only coming to the street to use us in order for them to get that which belongs to them. Those positions. Even in these positions, they might not really necessarily serve our interest, but their own personal interest. Kenya Kwanza is also not comfortable with this. Imagine you are bringing in bills to the parliament, then Junet Mohammed is a Raila Odinga's loyalty, but not a William Ruto'S loyal. Look at that. They are in panic. They are not comfortable. They are not sure of having such a person who, without their support, he can still, maintain his political muscles. Yani hautegemei Ruto, unategemea Raila. Na mtu mwenye akona interest kubwa kwa hii parliament ni Ruto na sio Raila. They're not also comfortable with that. So yes, there is this war here. The drama continues to go on, but there's nothing for you and me in this war. But we might be used at the end of the day in fighting this war. Now, there are only two people who are a solution to this war. When they will speak, or when they will meet, or when they will agree, this war will end. Forget about these members of parliament. Raila Odinga and William Ruto are the only people who will finish this war. Once they agree, that is going to be the party position. Kenya Kwanza, Azimio. That is going to be their position. So, in as much these members of parliament are making this war, they are doing so because their party leaders have not given direction. This war is meant just to keep the fight going on as they wait for the direction from Raila and William Samoei Ruto. Hao wale watatoa hizo vitu. Bila watasikizana na hiyo ndio kutakuwa. I don't know your views, but let us put in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and I see you in our next video.